Ask the streets.
Ask the streets. Ask the streets.
I like that one.
I don't know why I haven't taken a life yet. I stood 2 feet from him, a junkie and husband, struggling. They had been arguing drunk and called the damn police to help him. Apparently, he swung on us. Now a black woman is a black woman like my mama, so that's always gonna be a problem. She did him the same way Barbara did my biological. Could've shot him, but instead grabbed a blade, made a few incisions, his shirt went crimson, and he started hollering God louder than a Christian. It could have been an itchy trigger finger infection instead of racist training, living, and pure ignorance to make a female officer hit him with a baton and shout anything. Like she's bleeding and he isn't. And from that gesture of aggression in her direction, they tripped, kicked, and tasered a man already bleeding from being stabbed 2 feet from where I was standing. Cause they taught me we ain't family. They said be an athlete or win a Grammy, but never get angry at the police.
What's good, family? Back to another edition of Ask the Streets Media. I got the big brother Antonius on the line with me right now. What's going on with you, brother?
Fresh out of South Bend, Indiana by way of Georgia, or fresh out of Georgia by way of South Bend, Indiana. But I'm good. Life is good. I'm happy.
That's right.
Queen here, the kids here. I can hear babies in the background. So, a brother got his duality intact, you know what I'm saying, still unified at the same time. I'm feeling good.
No doubt. Happy New Year to you, by the way.
Peace, King, man. I hope that this becomes, that this new construct of 2018 is beneficial and brings at the streets all types of viewership and the opportunity to really bless the community with some enlightenment.
Right. I appreciate that. All right, so we was talking about the Black Woman Suffrage, right?
Yeah, man.
So let's just go ahead and go in on that then. Let's deal with it.
So dig this though, man. I'm gonna preface it with a little bit of a narrative that I had just recently been a part of. So I was sitting on the couch with the Queen earlier today, and we was watching TV. I think we was watching a commercial. And y'all know that's a big thing for us conscious people to even be looking at the screen, right?
Right.
Unless it's YouTube, then we love it. But I was staring at this Star Wars picture, you know what I'm saying? And they got the starship shooting at the big old white planet, you know what I mean? The Empire Strikes, all of that good stuff. And I was looking at it and I said, God damn. Like these Europeans, boy, before they let you get a sense of what has happened to you, they hit you with all of this imagery to put you into a completely different context, right? So like now you kind of gripping at your seat, looking at the starfighter trying to, you know what I'm saying, make his way through the little light beams without getting shot and blown up, and you like, oh man, yeah, you know what I mean? It's
right.
like you're encapsulated in that experience. And, I think that speaks to a lot of what is happening to our women and to our people as a whole. So I don't really want to single our women out as being the only ones who believe in the fantasy.
Right.
But for this specific topic, and with regard to suffrage, that's a fantasy. That idea of finding success there is a fantasy. And we are holding on, you know what I'm saying, knuckles white, holding on to whatever it is, just watching the experience, just imagine a black feminist, right, on election night or something, though, man, watching the numbers come in and how enamored and serious, blood pressure was probably up, fist was super tight, eyes was probably not blinking and whatnot. You're like, damn,
right.
Is it that serious?
It's super serious.
Is it? But is it that serious, though, right? Especially when we get an opportunity to speak to our conscious queen, that's a real question to ask the conscious queen. Like, is it really that serious? Is this really how the mechanics of our world work? Because I don't believe so. I don't believe that the outcome of the election the opportunity to get a master's, to graduate summa cum laude from Yale, from Oxford, is really going to do what you think it's going to do. And if you pursue studies at that rate, or if you are looking at politics and you saying, "Oh, this is going to change the world,"
right?
Like, you probably don't get it then.
Yeah, I hear
right?
you on that.
Like, if you know what I'm saying? If you're watching a presidential race thinking that that's going to be what's going to change the world, you ain't it.
So
you can't be.
From the suffrage, so Omarosa would be a good example of what you was talking about.
She'd be a good example of a damn fool.
yeah, I'm saying, like, how, I guess, how you were saying, I mean, like, is she a feminist or something of that nature, right?
I would imagine that Omarosa is more of an individualist, but you know what I'm saying? I don't. When you're trying to discuss a specific faction or a specific group, you don't want to ascribe or give them credit for somebody that they ain't had nothing to do with.
Okay.
Omarosa seems like she just out for dolo. She don't care about shit.
She don't care about nothing. That's what I was picking up.
Yeah, she reminds me of like one of them cartoon characters with the big mandible, with the big old jawbones, just mean looking. Like, I don't know what you do, but you eat wood or something? I don't know. Anyway,
it's just me.
You know, it's crazy, G. I'm just saying, and I really want you to understand that when I say that, even that little quick joke that I was saying though, like, I feel like you can see manifestations of a person's spirit, or at least their life experiences, through their appearance.
Okay.
So I don't want y'all, you know what I'm saying? I don't want this to be construed into a situation where I'm trying to bash black women, and as soon as I got a chance to get on the line, that was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
So let me kind of touch a little bit more deeply on this, on why people should vote. So one of the things that we have to understand is that, like, it's not a movie. And in our history, like, white supremacists, like the images of George Washington with a Masonic apron on, with the lantern, with the ideas that these Ashkenazi Jews just showed up on the scene, and that they, you know what I'm saying, usurped Hebrew and created Yiddish, that they took the ancient teachings of African great minds and only took a nugget of it and then tried to impress that on the rest of the world. Like, that's not the movie, that's the reality.
Right.
And like, we have to be in tune with that, because like, basically what happens is that white supremacy is always looking for the shortcut because of their youth, right? Like, we all know that, you know, past about 4,000 or 5,000 BC, white folks don't exist. Right? They gone. So if they gone and they the youngest branch of the two-arm, two-leg, and a head I'm trying not to call them humans.
Homo sapien. I'm trying.
I'm trying to keep them out of our brain.
Homo sapien, I guess. Shit, I don't know.
Maybe just Homo sapien and not the last part or some shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't heard way too much about them not having no strands of DNA. They can't walk out in the sunlight. You know, it's certain things that human beings do, and that 9/10 of the human population or the world population do that they can't do. So either we the same or we different, and based upon what the environment does to you, it's clear you're different. You're not us.
Okay.
But looking at the youth of white America or white supremacy, you can look at your kids and start to see the same dynamic, right? Like, it ain't nothing like when you're trying to explain something that is dense or complicated to a child, and all that they desire is outcome. All they desire is one piece, one principle that they can master. Once they got that, they want to run off.
Okay, let me ask you a question on that real quick. Would you say that this is the entire race of European people, or is this the people who classify themselves as white, like the American white man?
So like I said before, this ain't a movie. It's not a game. It's not a what-if situation at all. Okay. Right? That Masonic, that Kabbalah, that deep, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just use the keyword, Elohim, right? Like, I'm going to just use that term to hopefully be a beacon or to let folks know what the nature of the conversation I'm talking about. I'm talking about creating systems by which you determine the activities of the rest of the people who subscribe to your system. So, like, if you want to see change, you go vote at the polls.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, when you start to manipulate the context in which people act, that's a global scheme. So I don't look at white folks to know more about history. I don't look at white folks to know more about mathematics, geography, meteorology, none of that. Like, I don't expect for them to know more than I do. So when I see a European, my first impression, right, like the old head once said, if it's a den of snakes chasing you, you don't wait to see which one is poisonous.
Right, yeah, and I'm with you on that. But you know what? Subconsciously, I think there's a lot of us that actually deal with that, and we just really just feel like white ice is colder, and it's not on front. I think it's just subconsciously, you know. And you can almost see it when you deal with these little beefs that go on in the social media cell in the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? How people quick to they quick to dog out the black man, real quick to do that. You know what I mean? And white folks been lying to us.
On the flip side, King, I fall victim on the flip side, right? I look at those individuals who utter certain things and phrases about the coldness of white ice and think you lost your damn mind.
That's how I see it. I'm like, that motherfucker's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? I'm into the same group. Like, it's not. I'm not one of them black nationalists who's hyper concerned about meeting or fitting a definition that white supremacy doesn't like. I'm good with it.
Right.
You can call me a BIE. You can call me whatever it is that makes sense in your European mind. So when I see Europeans, I automatically assume that they got the European mind because they got on the shoes, the clothes, they eating the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I see them eating bacon, then hell yeah, I'm thinking that they under the same brainwashing system that everybody else is. If I see you munching down cheese, I'm thinking the same shit.
Right.
If I see you eating raw steak, same story.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, we can even look a little bit better at this shit, right? Like, we could look at speaking English.
Okay.
Right? And we can start to see that the house, the Masonic house that has been constructed around people to utilize the English language and use the definitions of the term like black ball, black swan. You know what I'm saying? You using those words and it's in your philosophy.
The English language is a trickster language.
It is.
It's definitely a trickster language. It's a lot of, you know, certain things got triple meanings. You know what I mean? Some words. You know what I mean? So.
Like, I mean, and that's really the issue with us and Hebrew Israelites. That's really the issue between us and Christians. Like, you ain't getting, your language is jacked up. So when you have these conversations about Canaanites, you know what I'm saying? You don't realize that the Canaanites is ethnic.
Right.
Or you don't realize that Pharaoh is you, and that Pharaoh didn't. So how you gonna be the enslaver and the enslaved?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because of the English context and the way that we receive that information, we automatically think, oh yeah, you know, Egypt, black folks over there, bad business, curse of sham, whatever else. Deuteronomy 28 and 13 or 15, I don't know what it is. But if you don't have the appropriate context to understand that information, like, yeah, it's always going to be some loopy, weird stuff that I think you should expect out of those folks. And you need to take care. And this is exactly what I'm saying about women in the women suffrage movement in general. Like, you don't know what they represent. You don't know what was he calling him? The Cheeto Man?
The Cheeto Man, who? Chester the Cheeto?
Donald Trump wasn't we calling him Cheeto Man because he was orange.
Oh, you know they got so many names for Trump. I don't remember that one, but yeah, they call him the Orange Man or number 45.
Yeah, I seen one that was the coldest though, man. You gonna crack up though. I seen a cracker with a piece of Cheez-It hanging off the back of it though, and that's what they had for him looking like the meme though.
Yeah,
they murdered him.
I can see
they
it.
Called him Slip.
That was the hair, the cheesy hair.
Yeah. With the comb over with the swoop.
Yeah, I can see it.
Look like a snowball that just got the food coloring on it or something. That boy look horrible. And he's indicative of what that son really do to you, because you know he got that Irish shit in him, so he got like the least amount of pigment. Like I don't understand why he should have cancer by now, unless he getting spray tan. He should have cancer.
Right. So go in on some more on that the suffrage that you talking about. I want to get a clear understanding of what you're saying with this.
So I need to kind of prove my point about the youth of white supremacy a little bit more. Let's talk about the pluralism of American society, though. So we have this understanding that we have this expectation of the world that says that there are two dissenting views. Right, they will always be in contention. They not even that you can really synthesize one, because in our electoral politics, the case is that one entity wins out. It's not a compromise of the two, but that one entity wins out. But as African people, when we speak of dualism, when we think of it as the human body, right? Like I'm 50% man and 50% woman because I got a mama and a daddy, and I came out of my mama, so I'm clearly half and half.
Right.
So my dualism, right, means unification. Their dualism means two opposing views, and you know what I'm saying? Like they use that methodology to a horrible end, to the point where you got white people standing on one side with tiki torches, and you got white feminists standing on the other side, and you got somebody running a charger over and running a white woman over.
Yeah.
Like that type of dualism is what runs America. Like they don't understand the depth of everyone having a vote in synthesizing greatness, to synthesizing unity. Like you know how many different movies I have seen, and I do definitely count movies as a part of the spell of the brainwashing mechanism, right? Like we know
ain't no doubt about that. There's whole studies on that, how the movies can affect the mind. So it's definitely, there's a lot of people who would deny that, but it's definitely affect. Yeah.
It's a done deal. That's a done deal. When they put out Birth of a Nation all them years back and was basically giving a low-key nod, a dog whistle to white America, saying, no, these were the good old times.
Right.
Remember these. You know what I'm saying? Or when they had, what was it? It wasn't Teddy Roosevelt. It was one of Ben Franklin. Who was it that had the black man eating the watermelon? Thomas Jefferson, I believe. It was on his property. You know what I'm saying? Like you create these narratives, you start to build the framework of what people expect.
And then they show it on TV.
When and then but what's the one thing that everybody is afraid of? You've seen it in Doctor Strange, you've seen it in X-Men Apocalypse, and these are the ones that are hyper conscious. You know what I'm saying? These are the hyper-conscious films where you deal with spirituality, you deal with your inner identity. Like KROS once said, the voice who says "Rockstar" while your mouth is closed. Like, or you deal with the history of Egypt, and you deal with a character whose name is Elohim, right, inside of the X-Men Apocalypse story.
Right.
When you start to see that the core message is this: we must preserve dualism. One, we must preserve contention. We must preserve strife. Strife. What's the management technique of American government? System of checks and balances.
Checks and balances.
As a matter of fact, the term that they use to identify the system is détente, which means that both sides are pulling equally on the string or on the power dynamic, and as long as all of them pull at the same time, the democracy can survive. So it's like it's a realization that fighting and strife is the only way America continues on, and that the main goal of America the main enemy of America is peaceful, unified existence.
That's got to be.
Lo and behold, we got black citizens over here really trying to take a side against black men as though we don't come from a unified paradigm. Like, how you gonna know How can you look at the political system with any sense of history, any sense of philosophy, any sense of psychology, and not know that that system is designed to tear apart your connection to the family group and the philosophy from which you have?
That's just more of them tricks that they fall for, you know, because they come out, the white women come with it like as a woman thing, and the black woman do have their issues with the black man, so they gravitate to that as if you know what I mean, but they really dealing with white women issues with their men, you know what I mean? Is that the reality that they just need? Like, you remember, or you probably have heard about these world wars and how the Rothschilds funded both sides of the skirmish, that type of stuff. You know, but that creates power. Division creates the opportunity for another power, a weaker power than the two bodies that are fighting, to be able to rule the both of them. Right, controlled opposition. Absolutely. And we know we got a lot of black folks who don't seem to think that, I mean, I don't even know if they don't think about it, they just don't probably know about that. It's controlled opposition, and a lot of people would suggest that's what the Black Lives Matter is when it's funded by George Soros or the NAACP when it was created by the Jews. You know what I mean? And everything, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's the same trick, actually. You know what I mean? The Black Lives Matter is just the new day NAACP, you know what I mean? When they was calling people colored people, the title gravitated to them. You know what I mean? Everybody was cool with it.
I think it was Khalid Muhammad that said that we Jewish cannon fodder. We just shit to shoot out into the public space. I bet you any amount of money that somebody subscribing to this dualism, pluralism philosophy is a male that's sponsoring the feminist organization and movement in general, and they're not funding it because they think that women's rights are important. They are funding it because they think that there should be two opposing views present on the scene at all times.
That's you know what, man? That's heavy right there. And I didn't even think about it like that. I'm thinking about it just like, man, these some evil ass people. But they just how you suggesting is they just keeping the confusion going so they can maintain the power. And it ain't even about them being evil. It's about them just having their own power, right?
Man, if I get a chance to come back on your show, book my lay something so heavy on your head about the Confederacy, it's gonna blow your mind. Maybe not this time, but next time that we get a chance to rap, man, I got a whole thing to talk to you about with regard to white men's desire for freedom. Just looking at it in that context fucks them up. But you know, when we look at this, and like I'm trying to pick apart our consciousness, right? Like I don't really just want it to be about women's suffrage, but I'm coming to that. But like I need to kind of touch on a few more things. Like for instance, so we look at the nature of our confused society.
Okay, we back at it.
All right. So, like we was just talking about the whole nature of this pluralistic society, right? Right. And what it does is that it does two things that you just touched on. One is that it causes the society to be at war with itself. Like it weakens both parties, and allows for a foreign entity or to mask the nature of the oppression. You feel me? Yeah. So like it's not military oppression. It's actually intellectual oppression, right? Like we all know from just being in good smart circles that the primary issue is barely the blue-eyed, blonde-haired cracker that's in front of you, but the one that's inside of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you can see that when you look at people and they're talking about things like police shooting, right? They talk about police shooting more than they talk about cancer, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease. But what's the top 4 killers in this? Of black folks.
Yeah. Diabetes and some shit like that.
What's really trimming back the black population, even though we have an outstanding birth rate in comparison to the Europeans.
Abortion.
What's really slowing us down, what's killing our numbers, what's stopping us from being 60 instead of 40 million people is cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease.
Yeah, heart disease.
And that's the top part. Those are the top 4 reasons why black folks visit cemeteries too early. I mean, rest in peace to Ed Powers when I think about that matter of fact. But like, what that says to me though is that like this society is inherently detrimental. Like it in itself, like we got vaccinations in order for us to live in this place. And so, like, after you look at that whole system, how is it that, you know, after you look at that whole system, and our ancestors knew it early on, why? Because they knew that the Europeans were so young and so naive and using their different terms and definitions, but using them poorly, what did they know? They knew that living around these Europeans just as sure as an Indian with a smallpox blanket did, that to be within the societal context of a European was to be damn near cursed for death. So what did they do in order to make sure or to ensure their survival? What did they do? They and I can't even give credit to a patriarchal system that would have had the foresight to do a thing like this. I'm probably gonna have to give credit to the matriarchal system for making these choices. Who did they send out? They sent out the expendables to be a part of white society. They sent out the strong black men, the small young black boys. Those were the entities that they wanted interacting with this society. Because the first teacher, the first nurturer, and the birther of our population was supposed to be separated from the white society. White men did the same shit.
Okay.
They did the exact same shit. You think that white people did to what George Washington, Benjamin Franklin was? Benjamin Franklin was a worldwide known fag and wild boy. He was crazy to most people. People knew that Thomas Jefferson was fucking them girls.
Right.
Like, they knew that these people didn't live by the core societal standards. So white people, as well as black people, decided that if they had to participate in the society, that they would only send out a measured portion of their population to interact with. This is the reason why you think it's just because men do business well? Are we not having do we not have the historical context, or at least the geographic context, to understand that black women run the markets in Africa? That they are the teachers inside of our homes? Like, it ain't no way of calling them the weaker vessel. It's the intentional division created by nationalism. It was the preservation of separation. This is why Elijah Muhammad and them was pushing the same thing. It's not just because white folks didn't accept you. That's not the issue. You think that was never nobody's issue. It was the fact, it was the reality, not the movie, but the reality of Durham, North Carolina. It was the reality of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That on our own, what did we do? We did better.
Yeah.
We always did better. So what that meant, though, was that if we had to go out and interact with white society, we would only send out certain groups of our people. So the ones that we thought were best suited for dealing with the stresses of that environment. And the ones that we could, that we knew we wouldn't lose as much if we lost them. Like, this is just good military strategy. You're not going to tell me that Queen Zeno couldn't have thought of this.
Yeah, it might have backfired on us, though.
I mean,
because some of them guys went into that society and turned into W.E.B. Du Bois, and then when they got a little older, they realized where they went wrong. You know what I mean? The bourgeoisie, the black bourgeoisie or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. Those the ones that were sent out there, and then they went into the system.
I love how you got out of the way and left me to be right there in the middle of the gunfire, and you gonna pick a black man as the one who was a part of the bourgeoisie. But what is it to get a degree? What is it to earn more income in a nationalistic, I don't care about American capitalism context? Nothing. But if you living over there in that high lettered academia, if you waking in tall racks of money, you live by that standard. You live by the standard of whatever your economic means is.
Right.
You live by the letters behind your name.
Right.
You live by your ability to participate in the democratic franchise of America. Actually, the Republican. You know what I'm saying, though, bro?
Yeah, I
bet you. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody get a voice until somebody says, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is a Republic, not a Democrat, not a democracy." And they're like, "Oh shit."
Well,
that's right. We don't even got no fight. We arguing over somebody, over our fictional ability to elect.
Yeah,
and it don't matter. It don't matter where you go. It don't matter what part of politics. Like folks be like, "Oh, local politics ain't like that." I guess you don't know what a precinct captain is. Guess you don't know what an alderman is.
Right.
Right. Guess you don't know what a parish is. Yeah, here, this is not a system. Like this system is designed. The women's suffrage in itself is it's misnamed as suffrage, like as an opportunity to cast a ballot in order to show your resolve for a thing and have it counted, right? Because women could have had an opinion about a president since day one.
Okay.
That was never stopped. The only thing that was stopped, or I should say, the only thing that they couldn't do was vote in the election. But really, it wasn't to vote to elect. It was to vote to feel like you were a part of the democracy.
Right.
But hold up, wait. That's a Masonic move right there, ain't it? Because you ain't really doing the thing that you think that you're doing, and you living inside of a specific context that says that your vote counts. But it don't.
Your vote's symbolic. Because goddamn it, them
symbolic, then I'm motherfucker. Symbolic to the box you in.
Right.
Symbolic to the degree that you got. Symbolic to your driver's license, your birth certificate. Who caught you? You know what I'm saying? Who caught you? Well, you got a European. I mean, have you even been caught, child?
Yeah.
Like, what is your purpose? What is your name? You don't got them though, right? But you somehow find citizenship to be the epitome of what an identity is. Don't get me to talking about the fact that we don't even really live in the individualism context. You are the living energy of your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, your great-great-great-great-grandmother. You don't exist. You are another manifestation of them. You are the rebirth of your grandparents.
And all that came before them.
So who is you? Now, I understand that women want to, like, if we're going to be in this society and we're going to protect these physical bodies, then, you know, you need economics in order to protect yourself. You need academics in order to protect yourself. You need citizenship in order to protect yourself, but only marginally. Because the reality is that shit don't protect. It didn't protect Kanika. It didn't protect Sandra Bland. It don't protect these women from white supremacy when it decides to act like white supremacy in an overt, damn near fucked up way. Because when you really think about it, white supremacy is designed to make you do the work. They're not supposed to be doing the work.
Right.
You're supposed to be killing you. You're supposed to be eating bacon. Why you ain't eating bacon? That's really the dynamic of white supremacy, right? Like when you niggas stop eating bacon, and y'all start coming up out of that, and once y'all get to the vernal equinox, right? Because we ain't really in New Year's yet. We really waiting on the vernal equinox. That is, we waiting on the day to become longer than the night, so that we can say that our sun has rebirthed again. I mean, we did have something like that on the 25th of December, but that wasn't really the full-on jump, right? Because the nights are still longer than the days, and we are people of the sun, so we waiting on our moment to begin.
That's in March, right?
That's in March. That's right around Easter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, when we looking at the contexts and the boxes and the lives that we live off of, feminism as a whole, minus the concern for women's biological safety, is bullshit. Because you don't get The ability, like, we black, we African. We look at the survival and the success of our people, not our person.
Yeah.
So until you can tell me that that degree is going to free us, when they're not using you to do what they said in Hill of Colors, where you be mammy and you keep all the black men in check. Like, until one of these degrees or one of these bankrolls starts to free black men to be black men, the whole family structure doesn't make it. And it damn sure, if a black woman can't free a black man, how's she free? So then what is this democracy in the first place? It's this first person of freedom that they created on us in the first place. The idea of freedom was to be able to get an education, to earn a paycheck, to have a house, to buy food maybe. We didn't even live by those societal contexts. We were born with land, and the land was there for you. You didn't have to be given that. That was the part that you got because we make sure that everyone is taken care of. Each man is allotted based upon his need, as John Henry Clark said.
Right.
So like when you're looking at that feminism thing, when you're talking about like political ends, we got no rap for you. None. When the suffrage is under fire behind that, if we're looking at the context of what not the movie but the reality, is it anything really to discuss?
So, you know what when you're dealing with what you were saying about the God damn, I lost my point.
You remember what Malcolm said, right? In the Ballad of the Bullet, right?
Okay.
We're going towards a bloody-jawed wolf asking for justice.
Yeah, that's not.
That's irrational.
But you know what? I think it's almost like they done pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, though. They ain't even. I think I'm starting to think it's a class thing, bro. I'm almost trying to take race out the picture now, because I'm looking at it, man, everybody hurting, and it's just one group winning, and that's the top people out in this world, and they look like everybody.
Man, listen. Ain't nobody under greater, in my personal opinion, right, and in my own deliberation, inside of my own contemplation, ain't nobody under more stress than middle class.
Yeah, because middle class trying to stay there.
You standing on the stilts, and you can't get up. And if you don't do what you told, you're gonna fall back down.
You're gonna fall down.
And you live in that context, in that box, that to fall is to die.
To fall is to fucking
That's your
die
death.
and suffer.
But the poor people don't commit suicide. You know that, right? Like the highest suicide rate ain't our population, not the ones who don't got none.
It's the
middle class and upper class. That's a white man, rich white folks or rich person's activity. Suicide. Yeah. Suicide ain't for poor people.
Yeah, suicide ain't for poor folks.
I ain't got no money. That sound like yesterday. I made it through.
That sound like yesterday, don't it, man?
I don't got no degree. My mom didn't have no degree. My daddy didn't have no degree. They made it. I'm still here. What do I care?
Yeah.
People at the top and at the bottom can see it because you're on the periphery and you can see the activity in the center.
Yeah.
That's that beautiful part about divine sacred geometry, right? Is that you can, as soon as you get the society into an appropriate diagram, you can see how all of this is structured. You can start to see the boxes. You can start to see the rise of people's hearts and desires concentrated into that damn near that bell curve. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's right there in the center that folks are scared to slide down.
Yeah, you definitely right though. The middle class scared to fall, and they want to stay at this level, and they also scared to grow, because you get comfortable, and if you goddamn it take a chance and you don't win, then you fall. You know what I mean? So people stay exactly where they at, and it's definitely
not to mention that if you are a second or third generation middle class person, you know what you lose the ability to do?
What's that?
To offer your own language. You can't define shit. You have lost You have lost the I am in God. You can't take word and make it manifest. Because somebody has already taken your will. Your family, if you fit into that middle class dynamic, damn sure you all the way bought into the doctrine.
Yeah.
Fully indoctrinated. So if you fully indoctrinated, you know that Western is the only limit and boundaries of your words. Ain't no synthesizing, ain't no mushing things together. What you mean? That's not a word. That's not a manifestation. That's not, right, because our speech is our manifestation, correct?
Right.
Right? Like energy, vibration comes from the vocal cord, right? I just posted a picture of a vocal cord that looked like a vagina to let you know that you birthed a manifestation.
Huh.
But
that's heavy right
what
there.
I'm saying, though, that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, that's heavy.
No, but the human, like nature, do it right the first time, every time. That's the coolest thing I like is that when you look at the structure of a leaf, you know that you can also just as well curl that leaf back together and make a branch.
Right.
Branch can turn into a stump. All of this is already pre-designed. It's already, it fits into the sacred, to the divine ratio. It worked together. It ain't got no breaks. Nature, the power of the sun, the genetics of the sun have order. This society has no order.
Yeah. And it's getting more and more chaotic.
Which is why, yeah, that's what,
you know what I think. You know what I think.
And whatnot.
You know, one of the things I think is a real problem, man. That's liberalism. That's to each his own idea. I don't think that's like, dude, you really saying like fuck everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like when you say that. You know what I mean? To each his own.
I mean, it's like they like the lost tribe. Like the folks who say to each their own ain't really caught that like there are things. Like they have to each their own is the one who either at the top end of that perfectly created box that is the middle class society.
Okay.
They're either on the top end or they're on the very bottom end. And now they have decided that since, you know what I'm saying, like a Caitlyn Jenner, a Bruce Jenner who has already been, you know what I'm saying, like he ain't the top of shit. You know that. He ain't the top of shit. Like, no. Because the master of all of this Masonic house white supremacy system is a white male. So you can't be on top and turn yourself into a white female and think that you get it.
Right.
But
yeah, so he losing out the gate, ain't he, man?
He was already losing significance. That's what he lost.
And that's why he did
significance. That. He manifested not Caitlyn, but Cleo and all them other Kardashian girls.
Yeah.
And his style and his star diminished. He was an Olympic gold medalist, OJ's lawyer. He did everything.
Yeah.
Then he rose them girls up and he disappeared. So
and his ass is in competition with his damn daughters and shit.
Which ain't even his kids.
Yeah, which ain't his kids though. You know what I mean?
Ain't even his kids. He done stole some Armenian man's family.
Right.
He stole it from the ruler to the tutor though. Yeah, he took them all. He took the wife and all of the babies. Cray. I heard a story that they said OJ was trying to kill herself in Kim Kardashian's bedroom. Somebody was hitting me with some straight game, man. I don't know. Yeah, and well, you know the conscious circle, they always got some room.
Yeah, it's always something. But yeah, hey, man, it's crazy out here though, man. You know, that's what I'm thinking though. You know, the race baiting, man. That's like what you were saying. That duality thing is almost. I'm starting to see it like that now, man. Like this race baiting shit, man, ain't about nothing, man. Because you know what, the people don't really know. It's either they don't know or don't care, and it ain't. And
let me pull your coattail on something.
Go ahead.
Right. You're a black man.
No doubt.
You're not stardust. You a star.
Okay.
You're not mud. You a man.
All right.
Like sometimes we can slip into this hyper consciousness space where we start to believe that none of the relevance has anything to do with anything anymore. But you're forgetting that this whole thing, though, these houses, this brainwashing, this indoctrination makes manifest a thing. And just like it's like the old Africans who would have, you know what I'm saying, been living through their sun cycles, still eating a proper diets, while the European is waging war on his neighbor.
Right.
Like, never forget that although it is a classism thing that is a mask for or the glove to the hand of white supremacy.
Yeah. You know
You
what?
feel me? It's never about classism when they try to bring that into the conversation. The liberals especially, when they try to bring that into the conversation, they're like, hold up, it was only classism in the last 30 years. Before that, 50 years ago, it was because blacks had brown skin.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. It definitely become classism as of late. But it started off white supremacy, no doubt.
The system proportionally grew. So the system basically is a vacuum for human bodies and human effort and will. Right? Initially, it was designed to take the efforts of white men. That was the initial thing. Like that whole little Masonic joint that they did, you know what I'm saying, with the frame and the Washington Monument and what they did at the Capitol building, all of those, you know what I'm saying, 1776, all of the ciphers and things that they created, it was to ensnare the mind of yet another group of white men.
So how do you feel about the idea that the status, white and black are status, mean high and low status in the world?
I feel like that's a true reality in this context, inside of the biological, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the number of the number of bodies and the global population is a falsehood, right? Because we 9/10 of the planet all day long.
Okay.
If it's 6-7 billion people here, 5.5 is melanated.
Right. No doubt about
so
that.
So ain't no So low high numerical majority always wins, and systems that are put in place in order to govern numerical majorities always run a very slim margin. Because, like I don't know who it was who said this, though, but they said in the face-to-face, racism usually counters. White supremacy don't work on an individual level.
No.
You can't just always walk up to a black man and tell him, a bend the knee, kiss the ring.
Hell no.
Get your nose broke, get your leg broke, you might not survive.
That was even in them damn slavery days.
It's always been that way.
It's always been that way.
But they created context like, if you don't obey me, I'll kill your daughter, and I'll kill your wife, and I'll kill your grandma.
Right.
Title that made every adult or older woman our mom. Every woman who was our age was our wife or our sister. Everyone who was lower than us was our daughter. So now I'm concerned about the welfare, so if I strike you, I know that the context says, the box says, that to strike you is to kill them.
Yeah.
But that only works on a piecemeal basis. Aggregately, if I kill white men as a black man of the world, like if I am the embodiment of the 4 billion brown-skinned people, I'm not saying there's 4 billion brown-skinned people in case anybody else is listening and they're like, oh man, he don't know nothing. But if it's 4 billion and I represent the body of those 4 billion people and I strike white supremacy one time or I strike the white genetic body one time, they die. You're too small. Just too small. They ain't big enough for none of this.
Right.
They're not big enough for our philosophy. They're not big enough for our biology or our botany. It's all right. That's why I laugh about global warming so heavy. Just move away from the coast. Just move away from the coast. Let the sun do its thing. Let me drop this joint on with this young piece of poetry, because one of the things that I've been stressed about here lately is people, speaking to me with my first name and not understanding that I was a king in the first place. Like, you gotta understand the knowledge in me before you get to addressing me as though you know me.
Okay, you got 3.5 minutes starting now.
Alright. I am a king y'all. This is a cautionary tale. Personally, I am past persuaded. If I said it, I meant it. It is done. Not you, me. And that's the reason that my world keeps spinning. I don't have an appetite. Them boys is biting each other because they teasing and crying because the women won't give them no pity. And I observe it all, careful not to mingle with misery or keep company with the treasonous non-believers within the kingdom, not out of fear, but as a manifestation of my freedom. And though I'm free to be dumb, I charge ahead and share knowledge. Upon my return, I am a king.
That's right.
Y'all. I can't play a boy, a woman, or foolish. I can stand still, focus my mind, body, and will, lift up and start to raise hell. Cause your heart to beat like the drums in your ears. Kinetics to phonetics. Inhale, exhale. When I say it with my chest, I'm serious as hell. I'm building my world and defending my realm. I'm feeling like Abraham. Free my people from harm and poverty after tax season. The cash from Uncle Sam, but America's check didn't bounce. The glory sounds fun. Try working and not know if a check gonna come. Explain to a father why he can't feed his son, raise a gun to get it done, then motivate him to do more as if he hasn't given his all. No. Y'all won't honor the take gifts and delegate problems because y'all don't know that kings are normally killed by the moods of their subjects. And the flag of surrender stays with me. I don't need your attention. I need your attendance, not submission, but the redemption of a king of free men with minds free from ignorance and filled with knowledge. I am a king, y'all.
Right. That's right. No doubt about it, man. Hey, that's love right there, brother. We're going to end on a good note then.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You be smooth like you do, and I'll be in Shy probably at the end of the month, man. Maybe we can chop it up about that Confederate shit that I was talking about.
Yes, sir. Ain't no doubt about that. We're going to definitely need to do that. Or I'm going to hit you up on the phone about it. So let's just do it like that. All right. Peace, King.
Peace, King.
Yes, sir.
If you have questions that you would like to ask the streets, contact us at askthestreetsmedia@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.